Hello there, Tolkien fanatics. Welcome back. So I have a different type of video today for you. This is going to be kind of an ongoing video series. I am going to this event that you see on your screen here this upcoming Saturday, the 15th, of Wolves and Shattered Shields. And so I'm heading up to Virginia to attend this event. And oh, that's cool. Actually, just now noticed this of Wolves. It's being hosted by Mr. Robert Lauder. Probably saying your name wrong, Robert. I always do. I apologize. But it's going to be an 800-point event here in Gainesville, Virginia. It's pretty close to where I've gone to Fords of the Potomac before, hosted by John McConnell, I think 4 times now. And I've attended 3 of those. So it's a really good area to go to. You see it's right outside of the DC area. Ugh, DC, but hey, whatever. But yeah, I'm just going to run through this event packet with you guys real quick, and then I'm going to show you the army I plan to play for the event. I've already submitted it. I've also already painted it, and that took me a lot to do, but I'm going to try and get you guys some photos and videos of that army before I get to the event. No promises on the quality. I do just use a $40 Go phone pretty much because I don't really care. So this is the event packet. Let's go through it. So here he is. He's talking about it's going to be a 3-round event in the Gainesville area. Like I said, 20 spots available, 10 tables, registration fee, how to play, how to sign up. Deadline for armies was the 7th. I submitted well in advance. I think I submitted mine like the first week of the month. So this has been updated. I let him know. I've kind of helped Robert with this. This is his first time doing an event, and he reached out to me and asked me to assist him as a veteran TO. But the Lonely Knight Army Builder has been upgraded to version 1.62, so I let him know. That way, I don't know if he wants to use it or not, but that's what he was. That's the current one. So like I said, 800-point event. There you go. No banned models. Limited to 2 factions maximum. That's different. So for me, I've played in the past and placed with it a Rohan Fiefdom's Gondor list, and they are all green allies, so I get all 3 army bonuses, which is nice. So I would not be able to play that at this event, unfortunately, but hey, that's okay, no big deal. So he's asking us to bring 3 printed sheets, 1 for the opponents, 1 for check-in, and 1 for yourself. So I don't know if I really need 1 for myself, but we'll see. Maybe I'll bring 3 then. For the most part, I'll have it on my phone because I've already submitted it. So there's a bonus for this event. If you run a list with all nameless heroes, you get 1 extra tournament point. So that's pretty cool. So haven't ever seen something like that before. Now I have actually done some bonus stuff myself where usually I'll do like for thematic events, I will only give best themed army to armies that fit in the theme of the event. So for example, I hosted an event in February of this year, and it was called the Great Battle of the Carolinas, and my theme for the event was the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, basically, and that whole area there. So my specific quote was from Gandalf saying, "It has come to it at last, the great battle of all time." And this was a 1,000-point event, so it made sense to call it the Great Battle of the Carolinas because it's a very significant amount of points to play at. So it talks about the proxies. He's got no real requirement. He does ask that you have fully painted armies if you can. You get 1 bonus victory point each round. That's pretty darn good. That's actually something I am doing now at my own event on June 5th. So I don't deny people entry, especially since there's a lot of newer players to the game over the last few years. And with 2020 being the crap year that it was, a lot of folks got into the game, but maybe didn't have enough time to paint, or have still trying to find out what army they want to play. So now they're just starting to get to play it. So I'm not going to deny anybody entry into the event because their army isn't painted. I'm simply going to try and give a little bit of a bonus to those who have a fully painted army, which I think he's gone ahead and done with this same thing, giving 1 bonus point, victory point per round. I like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me blow this up a second. Where's that? There it is. No, not that. I hate computers. He turned the ring into the wolf and Shattered Shields logo. That's pretty cool. So moving on. 3 rounds. I think it says 2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours. So basically, yeah, don't continue playing after the round has ended. That's pretty standard. That's something I do. I'm pretty serious with that. So, he's got a heroic challenge here for first round pairings. So that's kind of interesting. I think I actually might do that. I don't think I've challenged anybody yet, but I think I'll go ahead and throw down the gauntlet. See if I can challenge somebody if they want to challenge me. So scenarios, they're pre-selected, but he's not going to announce them until all the events, the lists have been turned in. I think that's a good thing to do. That's actually something I told him to do, because I have started doing that for my events. I did it a couple times for local events, and it turned out well. Now I'm doing it for larger events, for including people outside of my local community. I did it for Great Battle Carolinas, and it turned out well. It's just a way to kind of help push people to get their lists in on time. Go ahead and be like, yeah, guys, you know, event lists aren't due until, you know, say the 15th. But if everybody's got them in, but once everybody's got them in, I can give you scenarios so you get an extra, you know, extra days to prepare for it. So if your event is on the 22nd, it's only a 1 week, you know, time window. But it's like, hey, I got them all on the 10th. All right, here's the scenarios. You get 5 extra days to practice or think about it. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm actually bringing a few boards myself to the event because he asked me to, so I'll be doing that. He's using what a lot of people call the old way. There was never really an official way of scoring for tournament points. Every kind of community had their own way of scoring. This is the way that my community has adopted, and I prefer this to the book. I mean, it is a guidebook. The scenarios in there are pretty much stuck to, for the most part. Some people do change the scenarios, there's no lie. But when it comes to scoring, I'm not a fan of how the, the match play guide. Again, I will emphasize guide. How that book does its scoring for tournament points. So I prefer this style, and this is what I use for my events. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people don't care. They just want to come and play and have fun. To each their own. So here's your awards. He's got first, second, third, of course. Average Joe. Player ranked closest to average of all victory points. So I guess probably whoever's right. Yeah, whoever's right in the middle of the scoring. That's pretty cool. I actually like that idea. I'm gonna have to think about trying that one. Wooden spoon, of course, and then best sportsman, favorite army, and best painted. So pretty straightforward there. Then he's got some raffle stuff that he's working on passing out. And then here's our tentative schedule, which looks good. Starting early. Not looking forward to that, to be completely honest, because I'll be driving up the day before, getting in around like 10 or 11 at night, and then have to be there to help set up. So I'll probably will have to be. He's probably gonna ask me to be there around 8. Yeah, I'll do what I can. No promises, Robert, if you're seeing this. I will say I'm pre-recording this. I don't know exactly what day I'm going to release this. Probably the Thursday before the event, because Friday I'll be traveling. So it is Tuesday. You can see what time it is down here. It's Thursday, the week before, but I'm working on other stuff. So I'm kind of pre-recording this. I don't know why I thought it was Tuesday. Weeks just blur. But yeah, here you go. So there's the schedule. Nice to see it. He's got the room for the weekend, which is nice. So yeah, then he went ahead and helped us out. He's giving us addresses for food and things of that. It looks like he's using a what do you call it? Neighborhood. I think it's like a homeowners association, like clubhouse. I actually wanted to do that last year in 2020, but again, 2020 was freaking 2020. So that's what he's using. He's using the clubhouse. Here, it's right in front of my face, and I can't think of the word. So that's the event, guys. Pretty much straightforward. Don't need to linger on that anymore. So let's go and look at my list. So here's the army builder. Yeah, I used it on 1.59. Oh well. I didn't know 1.6. I think 1.62 just came out with the release of the new Dane and Dane and Thorn model. So I'm going to be playing an evil army at an event, and I will say This is the second time I'm going to be playing Evil now at an event. All other times before this, I've played good. And honestly, that one time was at the Sandhills Aruna event that I did a review for. That was actually one of my first videos for the channel. Go check that back out. I'll leave a link in the card above. And so here we go. But that event was a good or evil, and the TO rolled to see what you were playing. So I was hoping to actually play good in that event, but I didn't get to. I had to play my evil army, which was Corsairs, which worked out because I did win the event. So it's not like I can complain all too loudly. You win an event, you can't really, bitch about it. Excuse me, burped. All right, so let's get down to it. Evil army. This is one that I've been looking at for a while. I discussed it with a few guys locally. We kind of thought it was a cool idea. And so I finally went ahead and I got all the models for it. And I built the army up. So, drum roll please. The army I'm going to be playing is the Legendary Legion, as you can see right here, of Lurch's Scouts. Okay. So, I came at this a couple ways. Originally, I had built this list. And I had included 2 drums in it, but I was doing my research for my weapons and war gear video, and I was like, oh hey, look, drums are 12-inch range. I guess I don't really need 2 drums because I, in my stupidity, had thought they were only a 6-inch range. Yeah, 6-inch range, just like Heroic March. So with them not being that, they're obviously 12. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Very useful video. There's a whole little series I did on weapons and war gear, talking all about the different stuff. And it was a good video. But when I realized I only needed 1 drum, I was like, well, what can I take to make this better? So basically what I ended up doing was increasing the number of models I had. I was at 51 models before with the second drum, and all I ended up doing was just adding a few more warrior models. So let's go over this real quick in depth. I mean, you guys can see this already, probably already doing so. But in Warband 1, you have Lurtz. Of course, he comes with a shield. It's free. It's included in his profile. Yes, it's already taken care of for his defense. He is defense 6. People always seem to forget that. Let's see what else. He's got 9 Urukai Marauders with shield, 3 Marauders with bow, 1 Marauder with a banner and shield, 1 regular Marauder. Because I had 8 points left in. I gave everybody shields or bows, as you can see. So I was like, well, I'm not going to let those 8 points go to waste. I'll just take a Marauder. And then I also have the Urukai Drummer as well in that warband. So number 2, Ugluk with 9 Marauders with shield, 2 Marauders with bow, Maher with 9 Marauders with shield, 2 with bow, 1 with banner and shield, and then the last one just a captain with 9 Marauders with shield and 3 with bow. So the only warband that is not maxed out is Ugluk's. My thought process being, when it came to that, is Maher has 3 attacks. I want the banner with him. That was why he got the banner. That way I could have 4 attacks. Same thing with Lurtz, who's a base 3 attack model. Goes ahead and gets the banner to have 4 attacks in the fight, 4 dice. And then the captain, I just gave him the extra bowman because why the hell not? My thought process with that too is if there's a Maelstrom scenario, the captain has March. So I would be able to march more guys for reinforcements. Yeah, I know people are like, well, why wouldn't you just play with Ugluk then, so he could have... not only maybe march, but maybe also just to defend him for a Maelstrom scenario as well. Or maybe for Fog of War, something like that. I just thought it was a better idea to give it to the captain over Ugluk. Ugluk's good, but to me, of all the models in this list, he is the weakness. Only 2 attacks, only 2 wounds. 3 points of might. I mean, Maher's only got 2 points of might, which is a weakness. Yeah, that sucks. So the biggest weakness with this list, I will say, it is kind of might strapped. You've got 10 points at 800. You would prefer to be closer to 12, 11 to 12 if you could. Theoretically, you could get 4 heroes just like I got. You could go 40 models with 4 heroes, 1 big hero, 2 medium heroes, maybe a minor hero, and you could get 11. So 3, 3, 3, and 2. So being, I'm thinking like, for example, Immerhill, 4 long. Well, that's not really a good example, but okay. How about Boromir, Hurin? All right, there you go. Ingold, and who else? Well, let's throw Kyrian in there, or Madril, someone like that. So those guys have all 3 points of might. So that kind of stuff where you can get those little smaller heroes like these guys are being cheap points. You would hope to have 3 points of might with all of them. But alas, it is a little bit might strapped, but I don't really see my might being used specifically for heroics with my large numbers. That's kind of the thing with this list. So it's got a few things going for it. It's basically a fight 4, strength 4 horde. That's great. The other thing it's got going for it, it is going to move fast. You think snakes and 8-legged creatures move fast. This list is going to fly. So they automatically get the Marauder upgrade. So does Lurts, Ugluk, and Captains and Drummers. They get the upgrade as well. That is the bonus for this list. All models get the free upgrade to Marauder, so everybody in here is at least moving 8 inches. I say at least because with the drum I can sound that and move 11. Okay, so now I'm faster than cavalry. That's great. So let's go ahead and, hey, why not just do a heroic march on top of sounding the drum? Because you sound the drum at the beginning of the phase, meaning just like with heroics, if you've sounded at the beginning of the phase, when it comes time to move, it's automatically being done. So you can sound it. Everybody within 12 inches can take part of it, and then you can go ahead and throw a heroic movement in there. Oh my god, you're moving 14 inches. You're even out moving fly models. So any sort of scenario such as, and I'm thinking of this one in particular, Seize the Prize, where an all-foot army like this would take 2 turns to get to the center. No. I'm over the center and pushing in your face 3 inches. That's great. So this army is going to swarm all over you with a high strength, high fight value. Well, let's say the meta fight value, as well as having 54 models to, yeah, I said that right, 54 models swarm over you with that, as well as moving super fast. And I did get 1 practice game in. I would like to get 1 more. I doubt that's going to happen, unfortunately, just because of logistics with gaming groups and stuff. But I would say that it is going to be really fun to play. And my 1 game I played, it was Seize the Camp, and unfortunately it was a draw. Even with the movement, I didn't get to his camp in time. But I will say that the movement helped me pin my enemy down, so he got nowhere close to my camp. We played a 2-hour game, and of course we ended up chit-chatting, talking strategy for about probably 20 minutes of the game. So maybe if we, shut our yaps and got moving, we might have gotten an extra 2 turns in. And if that had been the case, it would have been a clear victory for me, because I had about 12 to 14 guys within striking distance of his camp. If I'd been able to get 1 more turn in, if I'd gotten 2 turns in, it would have been easily a dozen and a half. So yeah, guys, this is my list. This is, like I said, this is going to be of Wolves and Shattered Shields. It should be a really fun event. It's actually the first one I'm going to get to play in outside of the North Carolina community. Not to, take anything away from the North Carolina community, but I haven't played in the outside event since, well, the hell, December of 2019. The last event that I played in outside of North Carolina, because we've got 3 communities that really work together well here in North Carolina. We've got the Carolina group, which is in Charlotte, myself, and we're kind of like the head group. And then we've got the Asheville group out in the mountains. Chad did the ambush at Dry Falls Auroros event last October that a lot of folks really loved and enjoyed when they went to. And then we have the Fayetteville group, the Veterans of Helm's Deep, out east. And then we actually even have a group, I think it's called the Triangle Division in Raleigh, because there's a lot of little cities around, little towns around Raleigh that kind of make up a triangle, I think is why they call that. So we've got, four, three large, and the fourth one being the smaller one. Communities here in Charlotte, and we're doing events, and it's really great. So this is going to be of Wolves and Shatter Shields. I already said that, I know. Saturday, May 15th. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm going to come back and give you guys some photos, some video of my army, like I said, and then also a summary along with pictures of the event during the summary, because my wife is gracing me with her presence to come along, so I will convince her to take some photos. But until then, stay tuned, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.